What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James, shoot.
.com, and we're representing the Marvel today. We got the Doctor.
Start that over.
What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James, shoot.
.com, and today we're representing, we got the, not the DC, but we got the Marvel, we got the Doctor Strange.
And if you don't know anything about Doctor Strange, that whole opening segment did not work for you, but that's okay, because once you do see it, it will make sense. So, that's just me and Shoot planning ahead, or being smart. Finally, another Marvel movie. After a week of, kind of some mediocre waves, we have this really, big movie from Marvel. Obviously, it's going to be interesting seeing them come from, like, the height of their success with Captain America Civil War. What are you expecting out of tonight?
I think it looks great, man. I don't really know anything. This is the best ones for me. When I don't know anything really about the character other than the previews, these are the best ones. I don't know anything. I don't
know much about Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I have no pre-assumptive ideas. Ready to watch it. I'm excited. It's Marvel. We're in what, number 13, 14?
I'm a huge, it's up there. I'm a huge Benedict Cumberbatch fan. I think the man is great. Very, very talented actor.
Sherlock.
I'm interested in seeing where this kind of goes, because it is going into a different realm where, most Marvel movies have dealt with science and people able to tap into different technologies and things like that in order to be a superhero, where this movie actually goes in the complete opposite direction and tackles magic. So I wonder if that'll communicate well to the audiences, or to me, more importantly. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing where it goes. And obviously, Tilda Swinton, I'm very excited to see this movie because she's taken on an interesting role.
Bold.
How
long's the movie, partner?
2 hours, about 1 hour, 55 minutes, 2 hours.
2 hours in, we're about to watch this movie. This is like literally the 13th or 14th friggin' Marvel film.
Yeah, man, there's a lot.
And they just, they've had some not great ones.
But would you say Civil War is your... Well, I could say that Marvel hasn't had I don't think any
of them have been bad.
I
haven't cared for Iron Man 3. Or Thor 2 I didn't think was bad, but
I think Iron Man 2 would hit the totem pole, would be the bottom.
See, and it's weird because I didn't even think that was bad.
Iron Man 2
for you is my Iron Man 3. Avengers 2.
Avengers 2 was pretty weak. Yeah. It just wasn't memorable.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad.
No. That movie was really forgettable though. I forget that movie comes out sometimes. But yeah, I would say Iron Man 2 and Avengers 2 for me. And I'm sure there might be another one that I'm forgetting. Well, the Hulks. I haven't been too crazy with the independent Hulks, but hopefully that'll change when Mark Ruffalo gets his solo film.
He won't, but let's see how strange this movie can get.
Ooh.
Alright, so we just got out of Doctor Strange. And the movie was a hit. But on my tier system, if I could start chasing.
I forget what it is.
It wasn't.
You have to remind us.
It wasn't great, and I didn't love it, but it was good. It was definitely above average. It was good. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Visually, though, woo, this movie's on fire, bro. I thought this movie was, if there was a menage a trois of Matrix.
For those who don't speak French, that's a three-way.
Yes. I saw Matrix in this movie.
Yes.
I saw Inception in this movie.
Yes.
I saw The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon putting on the hats when you walk through the door and then all of a sudden you're in another land.
Yeah.
I saw The Adjustment Bureau.
Which is such a great concept, but so poorly executed.
Oh, I don't agree with you again. But anyway, yeah, so I saw Inception, I saw Matrix, I saw Adjustment Bureau. The movie was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this film. And it's exciting to be able to get this new character, origin film, solo film, which we haven't had really in a little bit. And now we're about to, I assume that they're going to have him be the new Iron Man, the leader of the Avengers.
So you think he'll be taking the lead?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I assume he's going to be the lead. And for the Avengers, I assume after Infinity War, after all that's the devastation of that, going to the Infinity War Part 2, whatever they're going to end up calling that one. And going into the new war, we have the Black Panther, we have the Captain Marvel, and all that. So it's very exciting, though. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was a really good movie.
Do you think that it remained fun and held its tone the entire time
through?
Yeah,
I didn't. There wasn't anything.
Some people feel like it kind of dies off at some point where it slows down.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's like Mad Max. Kept on going and going and going, and then so this movie, yeah, there wasn't really any bad parts where it's just it was good. It was paced well for me. There were certain parts I guess I could say were boring, but overall I enjoyed this film. It was good.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think you even liked it a little bit more than I did, but I have really not many complaints. Marvel has found a formula that works, and even though it is a formula, it still works. And this movie, like I said, goes down a little bit of a different path and tries to present things in a little bit of a different way. But I still think the same criticisms kind of come into play. Very forgettable villain. The plot of the villain isn't, necessarily anything particularly great. It's mostly just introducing us a new character. And by saying that, though, I will say they did some really interesting things. Now, this man who directed the film, whose name I'm spacing at the moment, was the guy who brought us Exorcism Emily Rose and Sinister. Like, he's a dude just coming out and doing horror movies. And what I'm really appreciating about the MCU is that they have worked so hard to just bring these different directors. We were talking about this earlier, actually, me and Kent and you a little bit, bringing these different directors from all over the world who do different type of projects that are making a really, really interesting movie. They're just grabbing people you wouldn't assume who would get a big blockbuster, and they turn something amazing out of it. This guy who did horror movies is really interesting. The gentleman who's working on Thor Ragnarok right now, Taika Waititi, who did The Hunt for the Wilder People, has been doing Thor. So, I think it's really, that says something about the MCU. I think the movie... Josh Whedon, yeah.
He was Buffy.
Yep, absolutely. And I think what really, really speaks about this is the fact that these movies have been able to do this formula over and over again and still make it entertaining. I think the visuals are what the highlight of this movie. This movie looks wonderful. It has some really, really incredible action pieces. Not one that tops the airport scene, but I think that is because of just like fanboy now. There's so much to enjoy in that scene, but there are some really just great sequences here in this movie with these the use of time, the use of space, the manipulation of those two things. There is some really trippy stuff. Like, I think this is like something you could sometimes find in a Seth Rogen movie, maybe.
Yeah.
Some people think it's a drug trip.
I also really enjoyed it. He's like, what did you give me, LSD?
Yeah. Tilda Swinton is awesome in this movie. She is so badass. I really appreciated her. But I do think that their movie kind of went a little bit too long or dragged out just a little bit much. But overall, I appreciate the theme of the movie about being humble and things like that. Again, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't put it at the top, but I definitely would put it down there in the middle. It kind of falls in the middle of me.
Yep.
A good movie, a satisfying movie, not my favorite, but I am interested to see how people are going to react to Doctor Strange. Not because of the fact of the movie, but just see if it's going to get everyone out there. I know we have the Guardians of the Galaxy, something that not many people knew, and they came out in droves, but will this movie actually do well box office-wise? Which I'm sure it will, but I'm interested because, it is something different, and maybe people aren't feeling it right now, this late in the year.
Well, I'm unfortunately going to have to say, though, that this is better than both DC films that we got. And I wanted to love BVS.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
I wanted to love Batman vs. Superman.
I would agree
I wanted to love Suicide Squad, and I would just say that this is not better than Captain America Civil War.
No.
I
thought Captain America
the greatest
Civil
trilogy
War
of all time now for me. Probably.
Captain America?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Part
strong.
1 I enjoyed. Part 2 was even better, and Part 3 was amazing.
I think Civil War is just kind of everything you want out of a movie. Like, that movie hit all these great parts and really makes it enjoyable for a fan. I think that's it's that fan service that kind of pushes Civil War over the edge. But this movie was also really good. I'm interested in seeing where they go with this character, how long it's going to take until we get another Doctor Strange movie, and like you said, where his placement's going to be in the Avengers, if he just kind of falls in the background or not. Obviously, you think he's going to be in the lead, for which I don't know. Hopefully, I think he's good enough. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is talented enough where he could lead these characters out. The only other criticism I can think of is that the movie just tried too hard for the humor. I think they kind of went in the Ant-Man direction where it was just nonstop jokes, a little bit too much for me.
They re-added those. I don't know if you know that. The majority of every time you laughed, that was they pre-added. They after they filmed it, they went back and redid
it.
Yeah.
They had
because they said the movie was a little too serious.
They were afraid BVS. They're like,
yeah,
oh god.
They thought it was too serious.
No, yeah, and I can understand that, but to me it was just a little bit too much. Again, nothing that will stop you from enjoying yourself. Overall, a solid movie.
Who was Doctor Strange's girlfriend again?
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams. Oh, what a babe.
You know what's funny?
And I never noticed her mole on the side of her face. Or her birthmark, or whatever that is.
You know what's funny is that, and I would love to give myself credit for it, but I can't do that because it's not mine. But someone on Twitter, I posted it on my Twitter, on Letterboxd. If you don't know what Letterboxd is, it's a website, like a social media for movie lovers, and you could write about the movies you've seen and create lists and things like that. And there was this list that said Rachel McAdams movies in which she's in love with the person who can mess with time. And she has been in like 5 movies in which she falls in love with time. Yeah, there was Magic and Moonlight, Doctor Strange. I think it was Called About Time, where she actually like Domhnall Gleeson, where he could like go in closets and transfer time. There was one more. There was like 4 or 5. I was like, my God, Rachel McAdams has found like the greatest small niche in the world, and I think that was really funny. But I also think Chiwetel Ejiofor was also really badass in this movie. I really, really liked him. I mean, there are 2 major fighting sequences at the end of the film that really, really pay off. By the way, there are 2, one mid, one end credit sequence. But by the time we get to the end, there are 2 really, really great fighting sequences. One in which the world around us is manipulated, and the other in which the world is going backwards, but we are going forward. And I thought that was visually impressive. It's something I've never really seen before. So kudos to Doctor Strange for that.
I am curious, and we'll probably end it after this one, but I am curious to see... People can and will get confused with time.
Well,
you know?
Yeah. Because time is always kind of like something where you just have to assume whether telling you is correct, but even though, you know.
But I'm just saying that as the movies continue, I can already see like people, like how people say stuff like, why isn't Captain America in the Iron Man movie? Why doesn't he just help him save him? Why, you know, because they're like, if they're all in the same world, why isn't he helping him? I can already see people are going to start complaining about time.
Yeah,
already.
well, I mean, you know, hopefully they put some restrictions on and some rules. Like I said, I'm not familiar with Doctor Strange so well, so I don't exactly know if there's like limits or rules to his abilities, or if that's just something that he can always mess with. But if that's so, I mean, it is a question where you're just like, why don't you just rewind it? Let's do it again. Yeah. You know, they got a little Edge of Tomorrow, you know, and I thought that was
we got some of that too, yeah.
Little Edge of Tomorrow.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So the 4th movie, and also an amazing movie.
You know, I'm hopefully it looks like all of the Marvel fans at least are very like into the movies and are not like super putting them under the spotlight. DC fans, on the other hand, which I'm not singling you guys out, and I hope all of you aren't like this.
Shoot, I'm a DC.
You know, yeah, because exactly, your favorite superhero is Superman. My favorite superhero is Batman. Like, we are DC fanboys in all regards, but we have to be honest when the movies aren't good.
We have to.
So, I mean, again, I'm sure we're gonna get plenty of talk about how we're paid off by Disney and all that fun stuff. Trust me, I'm not paid off by Disney. I don't get any merchandise from Disney or anything like that. We actually bought these, you know. And we bought Batman shirts. We had Batman shirts and Suicide Squad shirts. Well, that's what I mean. We isn't like, you know, you. So yeah, guys, give it a chance. Don't be angry. Wonder Woman will hopefully be the movie that starts off the DC universe.
Dude, that new trailer dropped today.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw it.
I'm hopeful. Again,
Did you see it?
No, I'm trying to watch it on the big screen. I don't like watching it on my phone.
All right, so in 7 days from today,
we have Arrival.
Looks awesome.
Billy Flynn's long halftime.
We have Lois Lane. We have Hawkeye.
And then what is the other one? There's another one coming out too.
Christmas.
There's 3. Is it Almost Christmas?
Almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas. Billy Flynn.
Not watching that.
And Arrival.
Arrival all day.
Arrival all day.
All right, so I feel strange being next to you.
Yeah, I feel strange
7 days
too.
later, chasingcinema.com.
Maybe you need to go to the doctor.
For everyone that don't know, chasingcinema.com is known as
Film Lovers website.